The sky tore open without warning. One moment, the earth was calm. The next, the sky filled with silver ships. They moved like clouds, silent and wide. No one saw them coming, and no one knew what they wanted. James was just a soldier, young, quiet, and tired of war. He had seen battles before, but nothing like this. These weren't normal enemies. They didn't speak. They didn't shout. They landed and began taking control of cities, not by fire or bombs but by strange blue lights and walls of force. James and his squad were sent into the woods outside the capital. Their job was to scout the strange signals. But when they reached the old ruin, something happened. The trees hummed. The air shimmered. His whole team vanished one by one without sound. James stood alone, weapon shaking in his hands. Then he saw her. She stood where the trees opened, tall and glowing. Her skin was pale with a faint shine, like soft light under moonwater. Her crown sparkled with blue stones that pulsed softly. Her eyes, strange, bright, and endless, looked right into him. James lifted his weapon. She didn't flinch. Instead, she walked slowly toward him. No guards, no fear. Her long silver hair moved like silk in the soft wind. "You're not like the others," she said gently. Her voice echoed in his mind as if she wasn't speaking out loud. James lowered the rifle a little. "Who are you?" "I am the one they fear," she said. "I am Queen Elantra." Her eyes glowed brighter, but she didn't move closer. She stood like a statue made of dreams. James couldn't speak. His mouth was dry. His thoughts were loud. "They sent you to kill me," she said, almost like it didn't matter. "But you won't." James felt his arms weaken. "What do you want?" "I want to stop this war," she said. James blinked. "Then why are your people attacking?" Her head tilted slightly, crown shining under the strange light. "Because your leaders tried to destroy what they didn't understand. We offered peace. They answered with missiles." James remembered the news. Earth had fired first out of fear. No warning. No chance to talk. "I didn't know," he whispered. She stepped closer now, just enough for him to see her face clearly. She was beautiful, alien, but beautiful. Strong, graceful, cold, but not cruel. "I felt your presence before you arrived," she said. "Something in you, felt different." James didn't know what she meant. He wasn't special. Just a soldier, just tired. Just trying to stay alive. Then she said something he didn't expect. "I've chosen you." He froze. "Chosen me for what?" "You'll see." The trees behind her glowed brighter, forming a ring. A gate. She offered her hand. James didn't move. "If you come with me," she said, "I'll show you the truth, and I'll stop this war." James looked at her hand, then back at the forest behind him. Alone, no backup, no escape. And yet, her words felt honest. Her voice felt real. And for the first time since the invasion, he didn't feel afraid. He reached forward. Her fingers wrapped around his. Warm, real, everything changed after that moment. James followed the queen through the glowing ring of light. The world on the other side was not Earth. It was quiet, too quiet. The ground was soft under his boots, almost like sand, but warm and smooth. Strange plants swayed without wind. The sky was a deep purple with 2 faint moons, and everything seemed to hum with low energy. Queen did not speak. She led him through a stone path that curved through crystal towers and smooth silver trees. The air felt alive. James kept looking around, unsure if he had walked into a dream or a trap. They entered a great hall carved into a mountain. Blue light filled the space, not from lamps, but from the walls themselves. It pulsed like a heartbeat. Everything was elegant, but alien. At the center stood a round platform. The queen turned to face him. "You still don't trust me," she said, reading his face. "I don't know what to trust anymore," James answered honestly. She stepped closer. "That's why I brought you here, so you can see what's real." With a wave of her hand, the platform glowed. A soft mist rose up, and then moving images appeared, scenes of Earth's ships firing on alien vessels, humans calling them monsters, leaders choosing fear over questions. "We came in peace," she said. "We offered help, cures, energy, knowledge, but your leaders believed it was a trick." James watched silently. The images didn't lie. Her people had held back. Earth had fired first. He felt ashamed. "Why me?" he asked again. The Queen walked slowly around him. "Because you're different. You didn't shoot when you saw me. You didn't hate. You listened." James swallowed hard. Her presence was powerful, but also calm, gentle. She didn't try to dominate him. She simply stood close, as if she didn't need to force anything. "Why bring me here?" he asked. "I needed someone to understand," she said. "Someone to carry truth back to your world, but more than that." She looked into his eyes again. "You felt like a thread in my soul." James didn't know what to say. Her words were strange but sincere. "Not romantic, something deeper. There's a bond," she said, "between my kind and yours. Rare, ancient, but powerful. We call it Suline. You carry a spark that answers mine." James frowned. "I'm just a man. You're more than that. You were chosen by fate. Or something older than fate." He wanted to laugh. He wanted to walk away. But something in him stayed still. Something wanted to hear more. "I don't expect you to believe right away," she said. "But I want you to feel it." She took his hand again, warm, soft, strong. Suddenly, James saw a flash in his mind, her memories, her home planet, her family, her pain, her loneliness as queen, her choice to stop the war, even when her council pushed for revenge. He gasped and stepped back. "What was that?" "Our bond," she whispered. "Opening." James stared at her. "You let me see your soul?" "Yes, and soon you'll see mine fully." She turned away, walking to a tall arched door. "You must rest. Tomorrow we go to the core." "The core?" She looked back over her shoulder. "Where our past and your future meet." James stood there, unsure what had just begun. But deep down, a part of him didn't want to leave. Not yet. James didn't sleep much. The bed was soft, the room quiet, and the lights dimmed on their own. But his mind was restless. Too much had changed in a single day. He had been a soldier in a war he didn't understand. Now he was on an alien world, with a queen who claimed his soul matched hers. He stared at the ceiling. It glowed faintly, like a sky full of stars. In the morning, soft tones rang through the room. Not loud, just enough to wake him. A gentle voice spoke from the wall. "You are summoned." James dressed quickly. His old gear was cleaned and placed beside him, but he left the rifle behind. It didn't feel right to carry a weapon here. When he stepped out, the queen was waiting. She wore a long robe of dark silver, her crown slightly different, thinner, with a glowing gem in the center. Her face was calm, but her eyes studied him closely. "You came," she said softly. James nodded. "I said I would." Together, they walked through winding paths deeper into the mountain. "Where are we going?" he asked. "To the core," she said. He didn't ask again. After a long silence, she spoke. "Do you believe what you saw yesterday?" James thought for a moment. "I believe you showed me the truth. But I don't know if the others on Earth will believe me." "They won't," she said simply. "Not yet." "Then what do you want me to do?" She stopped walking. They stood before a wide stone door. Strange marks glowed across its symbols that seemed to shift when he blinked. "I want you to see what was hidden," she said. "Our true reason for coming." The door opened. Inside was a chamber full of light and movement. Floating crystals turned slowly above a glowing pool of water. The air felt heavy with energy. James stepped inside. Carefully, the queen walked to the pool and looked down. "This is the core," It holds the memory of our people." James joined her. He saw shapes forming in the water worlds, stars, wars, peace, and then humans, Earth. "We were dying," she said quietly. "Our world couldn't hold us anymore. We searched for centuries. Then we found Earth." James frowned. "So, you came to take it?" "No," she said. "We came to join it. To survive together. Your kind has strength, will, chaos. We have knowledge, balance. If we became one, both would grow stronger." James stared into the water. He saw images of cities blended with human and alien design. Green towers, blue light, families, peace. "It was possible," she said. "But fear destroyed the path." James clenched his fists. "So now you want me to fix it?" "No," she said, turning to face him. "Now I want you to choose." "Choose what?" She stepped close. Very close. "If you accept the Sioux line, you become more than human. You become part of us. You will carry my mark, my memory, my strength, and my heart." James swallowed. "You mean, you want me to become like you?" "No," she whispered. "I want you to become ours." The chamber pulsed with light. James looked into her eyes, and something in him whispered, "Yes." James didn't answer right away. The core pulsed behind him. The glowing pool reflected his face, but it looked different, older, tired, but somehow ready. The queen stood silently, waiting. She didn't force him. Her eyes watched him with calm, patient strength. Finally, James said, "If I accept, what happens to me?" "You won't lose yourself," she said. "You'll remember your past, your home, your people. But you'll carry more, my voice, my mind. My power will be linked to yours. And if I don't accept," she paused, "then I send you back. Alone, the war continues. More will die. Maybe even you." He stared at the floor, then back into her eyes. "And if I say yes, does that mean I belong to you?" A soft smile touched her lips. "You already do." James took a slow breath. "Then show me." The queen lifted her hand. A bright symbol formed in the air, spinning like a star made of light. She touched his chest gently, and the symbol entered him. James gasped. His body felt heavy, then light, hot, then calm. Memories filled his mind, hers. Her birth, her childhood, her pain when her father fell in the last war, her crowning, her loneliness, and then her first vision of him. A soldier standing in the rain, bleeding, refusing to run. She had watched from orbit and felt the pull. When the light faded, James dropped to his knees. The queen knelt beside him. "You're part of me now," she said. "You carry my soul." James looked at his hands. Faint blue lines now glowed beneath his skin. He didn't feel weak. He felt strong, clear, focused. "What do I do now?" he asked. "Come," she said. "There's someone you must face." They left the core. The queen walked ahead, tall and sure. James followed, the new energy inside him still buzzing. Servants and guards bowed as they passed. No one questioned why a human walked beside her. They knew that in the High Council chamber, a tall alien with dark eyes and sharp armor stood waiting. He bowed stiffly when they entered. "Queen Elantra," he said coldly. "I heard you returned with a soldier." "I did," she said. "He is more than that." The alien looked at James. "This one, he's nothing. He carries the Sioux line." The counselor's eyes widened. "You gave it to a human?" "I didn't give it," she said. "He matched it." James stepped forward. He didn't feel afraid. Not anymore. "You don't have to like me. But I didn't come here to fight you." "Then why are you here?" James answered simply, "To stop this war." The counselor looked at the queen. "You trust him to lead peace?" "No," she said. "I trust him to be peace." The room fell silent. For the first time since he arrived, James understood. He wasn't just a visitor. He was the key to something greater, not by force, but by choice. He looked at the Queen again, and she smiled like she'd known all along. James stood, still as the alien counselor stared at him. He didn't move, didn't blink. He simply said, "You think peace is weakness?" The counselor's face twisted. "Your kind brings fire, always fire. And now you walk beside our Queen like you belong." "I didn't ask for this," James said calmly, "but I won't run from it either." Queen Elantra stepped forward. "He carries my Sioux line. My strength is now his. If he chooses to speak for both our peoples, then he speaks as one of us," the counselor scoffed. "You broke every law. You gave our bond to an outsider. You gave him you." "I did," she said firmly, "because I saw what none of you would." James felt her words like heat against his skin. Her presence behind him was steady, like a silent wind pushing him forward. "I want to speak to Earth," James said. "You?" The counselor laughed. "They won't listen to you." "They will," Elantra said, "when he shows them what he's become." The room fell into deep silence. Later that day, James stood in front of a strange device, a communication gate, powered by energy beyond Earth's reach. Elantra had arranged everything. "If they see or change," she said, "some will fear, others will believe." James nodded. "I'll take that chance." She stepped close, her hand brushing his chest. "If they refuse your peace, I will protect you. You are mine now." James looked into her eyes. "And you're mine?" Her gaze softened. "Yes, in all ways." Then she kissed him slow and firm, her forehead resting against his. In that moment, he didn't feel like just a soldier. He felt like something new, something greater. The gate activated. Light rose in a circle around him. Elantra stepped back. "Go, speak, then return to me." He stepped into the light. He was no longer just human. He was her bonded. Her voice. Earth would hear him now or fall to silence. The light around James faded. He stood in the middle of a large command room on Earth, inside a military base deep underground. Alarms rang. Soldiers aimed rifles. Voices shouted. But James didn't move. The blue glow under his skin was still there, soft, steady. His eyes now held a calm strength, like he had seen the stars and come back with answers. "Drop your weapon," someone shouted. "I'm unarmed," James said. They hesitated. He recognized a few officers' faces from before the invasion. They saw the change in him. They didn't understand it, but they felt it. A general stepped forward. "You've been missing for days. You were presumed dead." "I was with them," James said. "With her, the alien queen?" "Yes, and she's not your enemy." The room TENCD. James spoke clearly, his voice steady. "We attacked first. They wanted peace. I saw it. I felt it. Are you saying you've been changed?" The general asked. "Yes," James said. "And I chose it. I chose her." Gasps followed his words. "But no one moved. They came to join, not conquer," he continued. "They wanted to share their knowledge, heal their world, and help ours. But fear blinded us." The general looked at him closely. "And what now?" James looked around the room. "Now you have a choice. Keep fighting, or listen." He raised his hand. A small symbol of light appeared in the air, the same one the Queen gave him. It floated calmly, glowing, like a promise. If we keep attacking, she'll protect her people. But if we stop, she will meet you at the table. I will stand with her. Silence filled the room. No one fired. No one shouted. The general finally nodded. "Call her. Let's talk." Later, as the gate reopened, James returned to Elantra's world. She stood waiting at the edge of the glowing forest, her arms open, her face calm. When she saw him step through, her eyes softened. "You came back," she whispered. "I said I would." She wrapped her arms around him, pulling him close. "You're mine now, my human," she said again. James smiled softly. "And you're mine, my queen." Above them, the stars blinked. For the first time in many lifetimes, the war was over, and in its place, something new had begun.